Right now, inside your jaw, there are 4 teeth trying to push their way into a mouth that no longer has room for them. They are relics. Time capsules from a version of you that lived 200,000 years ago. And they are about to cause you a lot of trouble. These are your wisdom teeth, your 3rd molars. And the story of why you have them is one of the clearest windows into how evolution works, how it lags behind, and how your body is still catching up to your lifestyle. About 2.5 million years ago, your ancestors had jaws that looked very different from yours. An Australopithecus, walking the African savanna, had a long, broad dental arch with plenty of room. 32 teeth sat comfortably in rows, with 3rd molars sliding neatly into place around the age of 12 or 13. They needed them. Early hominins ate a diet that would destroy your teeth in a week. Tough fibrous roots, raw tubers, hard seeds, gritty nuts, and occasional raw meat stripped from carcasses with stone tools. Chewing was not a casual activity. It was hours of daily grinding that wore down enamel and demanded every available molar. A large jaw with powerful chewing muscles was not a luxury. It was survival equipment. The temporalis muscle, the one you can feel bulging at your temple when you clench your teeth, was massive in early humans. Their skulls had a sagittal crest, a bony ridge running along the top, anchoring jaw muscles that could generate bite forces you cannot come close to matching. Then something happened that changed the human face forever. We started cooking. Around 1.8 million years ago, Homo erectus began controlling fire. Cooking softens food. It breaks down tough fibers, makes starches digestible, and reduces the chewing load from hours a day to minutes. This single innovation did more to reshape the human skull than almost anything else in our evolution. Without the need for massive chewing muscles, natural selection stopped favoring big jaws. In fact, smaller jaws became an advantage. They freed up cranial space for a growing brain. The trade-off was straightforward. Less chewing power, more thinking power. Over hundreds of thousands of years, the human jaw shrank. But here is the catch. Evolution is not an engineer. It does not go back and redesign things from scratch. It tinkers with what is already there. And while your jaw was shrinking, the genetic instructions for making 32 teeth largely stayed the same. You are born with the tooth buds for all 4 wisdom teeth already present in your jawbone. They sit there, waiting, for years. Around age 10, they begin to mineralize. Around age 17 to 25, they attempt to erupt. And for roughly 2 out of 3 people, there is simply nowhere for them to go. This is the wisdom tooth paradox. Your genes are still building a jaw designed for a Pleistocene forager. Your actual jaw has been shaped by cooked food, agriculture, and 10,000 years of increasingly soft processed meals. The mismatch is painful, expensive, and remarkably common. About 35% of people are born missing at least one wisdom tooth entirely. The genetic variant behind this is more common in certain populations. In some indigenous Mexican groups, nearly 100% of people lack wisdom teeth. In East Asian populations, the rate of agenesis, missing teeth, is higher than in European or African populations. Evolution is slowly, very slowly, phasing them out. But evolution is slow, and surgery is fast. Every year, millions of people have their wisdom teeth removed. It is one of the most common surgical procedures on the planet. The reasons are not mysterious. When a wisdom tooth cannot erupt fully, it becomes impacted. It pushes against neighboring teeth, causing crowding, pain, and sometimes cysts or infections that can damage the jawbone itself. Even when they do erupt, wisdom teeth sit at the very back of the mouth where your toothbrush struggles to reach. They are cavity magnets. They collect bacteria. They cause gum inflammation that can spread to the rest of your body. A surprising number of cases of chronic bad breath, jaw pain, and even heart issues can be traced back to infected wisdom teeth. The procedure to remove them is straightforward, but not trivial. A dentist or oral surgeon cuts into the gum, sometimes removes a small amount of bone, and extracts the tooth, often in pieces if it is stubbornly anchored. Recovery takes days to weeks. You eat soup. You ice your face. You swear you will never take chewing for granted again. But why age 17 to 25? Why do they wait until you are almost an adult before they start causing problems? The timing is not random. It matches the age when, in our evolutionary past, the first and second molars would have been significantly worn down from years of use. The wisdom teeth emerged as backup molars, fresh grinding surfaces arriving just when the originals were wearing out. They were a late-game replacement, and they emerged around the age when you acquired wisdom, hence the name. Today, your first and second molars are probably in excellent condition. You have fluoride toothpaste, regular dental care, and food that does not grind your enamel to dust. So your wisdom teeth arrive to a party where they are not needed. The backup singers showed up, but the lead singers never got tired. This evolutionary lag, a trait that was once useful becoming useless or even harmful, is not unique to wisdom teeth. Your appendix is a shrunken remnant of a much larger cecum used to digest cellulose. Your tail soup is a vestigial tail. Your goosebumps are a relic of a time when your ancestors had thick body hair that would fluff up for Evolutionary adaptation. Your body is a museum of outdated adaptations. But wisdom teeth are special because they actively hurt you. They are not just useless. They are counterproductive. They transform from an evolutionary advantage into a medical problem that requires surgical intervention. They are evolution in action, and you can feel it in your jaw right now. There is a deeper lesson here about how evolution works. It does not optimize. It does not plan ahead. It accumulates what worked well enough for long enough, and when the environment changes faster than natural selection can keep up, you get mismatches. Your wisdom teeth are not a design flaw in you. They are a design flaw in the process that built you. So what happens next? Will humans eventually stop growing wisdom teeth entirely? The trend suggests yes, but the timeline is measured in tens of thousands of years, not generations. The selective pressure is real. Impacted wisdom teeth can cause infections that, before modern surgery, would have been fatal. People who lacked wisdom teeth would have had a survival advantage. But that advantage is now neutralized by dentistry. There is another angle to this story that makes it even stranger. The same genes that control jaw size also influence tooth number, and they are surprisingly sensitive to environment during development. Children who grow up eating tougher foods, who chew more during the critical years when their jaws are forming, tend to develop larger dental arches with more room. A study of Australian Aboriginal children who maintained a traditional diet showed significantly wider jaws and almost no wisdom tooth impaction. Their cousins who ate a modern Western diet had the opposite. The jaw is not just inherited, it is built through use. This means your wisdom tooth problems are not purely genetic destiny. They are also a consequence of a lifetime of soft food. The jaw is a bone that responds to mechanical stress, the same way muscle or lose it, literally. The modern diet of smoothies, white bread, and processed everything never asks your jaw to work hard during development, so it stays small. And the teeth have nowhere to go. Paradoxically, modern medicine may be preserving the very trait it treats. Every time a surgeon extracts a set of wisdom teeth, they are saving a person who, in a pre-modern context, might not have survived the infection. The genes for wisdom teeth continue to spread, and the surgeries continue to happen. It is a strange, self-perpetuating loop of biology and technology. Your wisdom teeth are a reminder that you are not a finished product. You are a snapshot in a long evolutionary film, carrying hardware that made sense in a world you no longer inhabit. The pain in your jaw is not a mistake. It is a message from deep time. And if you are lucky enough to be born without lesions, you are slightly more evolved than the rest of us. Or, at least, slightly better adapted to a world of cooked food and soft bread. The next time you sit in a dentist's chair, waiting for the numbing agent to kick in, remember that the teeth about to be pulled from your jaw once helped your ancestors survive on a brutal savanna. They chewed through roots and raw meat and grit. They wore down and were replaced. They were essential. Now they are souvenirs. Painful, expensive, strangely fascinating of a past your body has not quite finished leaving behind. Has not quite finished leaving behind.